beta of Aniimo has finally begun, and that also means we are finally getting a look at the item shop and what they are actually selling. And if now asking for a TLDR because you really don't have the time to watch the whole video, you should. Is it pay to win? Is it gacha slop? No, but it has some issues, and more importantly, it seems like this game really doesn't fully know yet if it wants to commit to scummy behavior or not. There is like a lot on this game which makes pay to win or pay to get an advantage completely unnecessary, and I don't know why they are doing this then. It's just bad optics. So with that said, let's have a look at the item shop. So the first thing you immediately notice, and you know this from other free-to-play Asian games, is the monthly subscription. They're calling a monthly pass. And this is basically their idea of, hey, please pay us a sub, even though we are free-to-play game, and then you are getting the things you need to finance your adventures in the game. Now, the good thing is you are getting quite a bit out of this, right? You're getting quite a bit out of this. Now, what you are not getting a lot is the premium currency. They have basically two premium currencies. They have the glimmer, and then they have the lumen crystals, and that's basically the premium currency here, the crystals. And we will have to talk about that a little bit later. But yeah, they are doing that thing. The good news is they will save your items for 5 days. So let's say you are not locking in for whatever reason for 5 days. You will not lose anything. I still don't know why there has to be a timer here besides a FOMO, and I hate that, but at least it's 5 days. So, yeah. They're also reducing the time to hatch by 2 hours. Is that anything important? No. But the prime energy cap, or primigi? This is your energy in the game for certain events, is being doubled. I think that's a pretty big perk, because that means you can do more things which normally take up that energy. Again, it's a monthly subscription, and most people will probably run this if they seriously consider to play this game. Now, the next thing, funny how battle passes have been introduced to actually remove subscription, right, or change subscription into the battle pass system. And there's now the companion handbook, and it's a battle pass, right? It's a battle pass. You are getting this decked out full Mintus. Keep in mind, this is a skin. You can get full Mintus without the cyborg look, like normally in the game. And I think you also get it just by leveling up the normal battle pass. But this is the decked out, like, skin version. So is this a problem? Not really. Like, again, yeah, sure, if you want to have the cyborg look, you want to get this, right? But beyond that, you can just get that Aniimo even without the cyborg look. And you are still getting the full Mintus upgrade and all that, so you can gain the same stats and the same power level of the full Mintus, again, without the skin, by just playing the game, so it's not really a big deal. And I would be okay with that. Unfortunately, what they are doing, and I want to point this out immediately, look at the colorization here, right? There is the Advanced Companion Handbook and the Collector's Companion Handbook. What's the difference? You're just getting some extra levels immediately, right? This is like the leveled up Battle Pass version you can buy. But, and that's what annoys me so much about this, is when we are going into the pass itself. Let me, where is it? It's right here. Let me see, they hide it. There we go. If you are going into the pass itself, the standard edition is gray, and this is yellow. right? This is the free-to-play Battle Pass line, and this is the paid Battle Pass line. See that colorization? But this is not the free version. This is just the standard Battle Pass without the extra levels. So it's like, I see what you were doing there, and that freaking sucks. Don't do that. Don't do that. Right. So yeah, not a big fan of that color scheming they're doing. It's a bit shitty. Whatever. So what do you get in the Battle Pass? Well, unfortunately, you are getting a lot of in-game currencies. You are needing to upgrade your Animos. And by the way, if I sometimes say PAL, I have played a lot of PAL World in the last few days, so please forgive me. I don't do that on purpose. It's just muscle memory. But yeah, you are getting a lot of stuff which is upgrading your Animos and make them level faster, give them more power, yada yada yada. And that just sucks. They give you power. They give you an advantage. And I'm really not happy about that. Now, don't get me wrong. The game is doing a pretty good job of giving you all those items by just playing it. But as you probably know from a lot of Asian free-to-play games or your gacha games, they are front-loading a lot of the rewards. Right? They give you tons of rewards, and you, at the beginning of the game, you feel like, oh man, they're giving you so much free stuff. I never have to pay for anything. And then when you reach the end game, that immediately stops, and it's just becoming a trickle. And yeah, then they're basically like, well, now we gave you a lot of free stuff. You better pay up. So yeah, I'm not happy about this. I really am not. Especially when I already pay a subscription and all that. We don't know how much this will cost, but I assume this will be the usual shenanigans of 10 to 15 bucks for the companion handbook, and the monthly upgrade will probably be like between 7 and 10 bucks on top of that, which is quite a bit of money on a monthly basis. So we will see, but I'm, again, not happy. Not happy that they are doing this. Especially because you can see here, they do have skins. That's the crazy part for me, right? You would say, yeah, but maybe they don't really have anything else they can do. Oh, they do, because let's talk about that. They have tons and tons of appearance stuff you can buy. You can buy stuff for your character here. Yes, I did buy the Badlock Homes. Yes, that's the name of the appearance, sorry. Now, they have tons of appearances you can buy. Like, you can also buy even more extra items. Right? Like, just things which will make you look different. And I don't know why are they doing this. Let me show you this very quickly by going under appearance. And like you can see all the other things you can basically buy here. And then you can also buy accessoires. As you can see right here, you can find them in game, but you can also buy them through the shop. And you can do the same thing for your Aniimo again. Same thing here, right? This is one of the things you are buying with real money. Oh, not the feet, not the butt, that backpack, right? And it's this weird... Okay, so you really have the ability to give us cool stuff for our characters, and you already put them behind a paywall. So my question really is, why did you thought you need the idea of making even more money by giving us power? I don't get that. I don't like that. And now that leads us to the biggest problem. Like all of this, I was like, not happy, but the game is really good. They're giving you a lot of free stuff. There's a lot of crafting you can do, yada, yada, yada. Like, they give you a lot of ways to still make that currency. But let's talk about the biggest problem. And that's that. Sparkling Cube and the Anipod Ultra. What is that? Well, it's a pod you need to capture Aniimo. And no, before you're panicking and think, wait, you can only buy those pods for money? No. All the Anipods, the standard pods, you can buy for in-game currency. As you can see, a shit ton of money. I can just buy so many of the pros. It's not a big deal. You can also craft them. You find them everywhere in the world. Like, it's super easy to get those items. So this is not a big deal. You can get infinite amount of them, and you can capture as many Animos as possible, right? Because when you were seeing an Animo in the wild, you have a super high chance to capture them, and B, even if you fail, you do it again, and again, and again, till you're capturing it, right? You have as many tries as you have Animpods, right? So, not really a problem. Okay, so why is the Anipod Ultra then a problem? Because they guarantee a capture, and they make sure that the potential is at least Ultra. So if you don't know how this works, all of your Animo have a potential, right? You can see that right here. It's just normal potential. Let me see one I have, right? This is perfect. This is common. So you have your common, uncommon, rare, elite, and then you have perfect. And those are basically the best stats. And so you make sure that when you buy the Anipod Pro, you would guaranteed get at least an elite, if not even perfect. And you capture them immediately. Now you're thinking, okay, Mo, you just said I have as many tries with my Anipod as I want. So why would I need an Anipod which guarantees me the capture? Glad that you ask. Because there are a few Animos where you don't have that luxury. The first one is the Alphas. You can see that right here, right? The Alphas. They also cost, by the way, energy if you want to get their resources, 30 per use. So this is where you need your energy. And then when you defeat them, you have exactly one try to capture them. And all your Anipods have a shitty chance of like 3 to 6%. It's laughable. And the Anipod Ultra, of course, guarantees it. Now, you can try the Alphas as much as you have energy. So it's not like you fail once and they're gone forever. That's not the case. But there is a difference between, do you just need one try to definitely make sure after a hard fight that you get them, or do you need maybe weeks or maybe even months before you capture one? That is one thing. But there is something else. And they introduced this with the newest beta, and that is the legendary Animos. Legendary Animos are a little bit your banner. Let's call them that. Your banner from Gacha games. You have to go into the fighting arena against the legendary Aniimo, and at least this one is laughable to fight. And when you take away all their health, you have to appease them. And you have to throw so many Anipods at them in the next 30 seconds. And of course, the Anipod Ultra is giving you like 80%, so you have to do it multiple times. Let me actually show you this, that you understand how this goes and how ridiculous this really is, and how many Anipods you are utilizing here, and how this is kind of feeling like a gacha poll when it comes to the chance of, well, actually getting it. Oh yeah, you also need a Rift Beacon, which you are not getting infinite of. You can exchange them for the premium currency, of course. So if you want to do this, you also need a currency you can buy with money. Yay. And let me do this fight super quickly. So the fight itself is a joke, right? I defeated her now, and now the game is giving me the rewards, and now I have to throw Anipods at them. And you can see I can have to fill up the bar, and every time I do that, that fills up the heart, right? So if I want to make sure that I'm filling up the heart to capture her, I better use the Anipod Pro. And it's not even a guaranteed one. You can see it right here. I did calm her heart. I used Anipod Pros, Ultras for that, and I didn't even get it. This is your banner, your Gacha pole. Just that they put this into the game and they actually put some gameplay around it. But the idea and the philosophy is the same. And if you really want to make sure, you better throw some Anipod Ultra at them. What are the sparkling cubes? They're basically the same thing, but they do add the sparkling to your Aniimo. You can see the sparkling here. This one has a sparkling one, which you can see at the sparkling and that they glow. And then, of course, you see that at the Fulminantus, which is a sparkling, has a lot of like glowing bits to it that normally would not have. Like the scythes are like super glowing, crystalline. And that's the sparkling effect. Does it do anything gameplay-wise? No. Just looks. It just looks. It's a show-off, I'm a whale kind of thing. Yes, you can find sparkling animals in the wild, and so on and so forth. It's not like it's completely uncommon, but it will give you a guarantee. Now there is one last thing we have to talk about. There's something else? Yes. Normally, I would say, okay, you know, not great. Not great. It's a PvE game. This is about tricking people into that they really want the specific Aniimo, and they better pay some money for it, right? But that's their thing. You don't really get an advantage, because there is no PvP. Well, do I have news for you? Because there is PvP in this game. There already has been PvP in the previous version of the games. I cannot show you that yet because I haven't unlocked it yet in this beta. But basically there is an egg heist, as they called it, and it's an extraction game where you are going onto an island and you try to extract some super rare eggs. And yes, there can be other players and they can attack you. So if they have the better animals and they wailed quite a bit, you will have probably no chance with your normal stuff. And the Holo Battle Interlink is also something new yet. I haven't unlocked this, but basically they have now introduced fights against NPCs, and this is the PvP arena. So there is PvP in this game, and in a game where you can clearly buy advantages like that, that's not good. I am not okay with this. I'm not okay with most of the monetization they are doing here. I don't have a problem with skins, right? I don't have a problem with all the accessoires. If you have to do a companion handbook, make it skins only. Like, you clearly have the ability for that. They even have like another event going on right now, which, let me see if I can find this super quickly. That should be, yeah, the Prismana stuff. Right? Like, you can clearly see this is Animos which normally don't look like this. Prismana makes them look very different in comparison. So you have the technology, you have the ability to make them look different. You can see that right here. There's a Stellaris as Prismana form, right? Look at this. And this is the Stellaris I have. The normal one. Very different. So you clearly have the technology and the idea to give skins for your Aniimo. You still decided to basically put in pay-to-win, pay-to-advantage stuff here. It's not okay. I love this game. I really do. I would love to put like hundreds and hundreds of hours into this, and I would love to support it. I have paid for quite a bit of free-to-play games in my life. Like, don't look at my League of Legends account for an example. The amount of money I put into that is a bit too much. But my point is, I did that because I never got the feeling, oh shoot, I have a FOMO here, or they are pushing me into this. I did this because I wanted to support like the skins. There were some cool stuff. Dota 2, same thing. I have a few games. But the moment I'm getting the feeling that you are trying to nickel and dime everything I have, yeah, I'm old enough to just wander away. I don't want that with Aniimo, because I do think that Aniimo is freaking fantastic. And they created an amazing game. They literally created Pokemon Online. Because you can also play this together with your friends. You can capture animals together, you can do fights together, like you can do all the things together. And then they're doing this. And I'm like, oh. Just because others are doing it and are also successful with it, unfortunately, doesn't mean you have to do the scummy stuff. So if by any chance one of the devs see this, and they haven't put me on the blacklist yet, I would really hope they reconsider. Because it would be a shame. Because I guarantee you, this is what a lot of people would talk about instead of the amazing game, which Aniimo is. But with that said, I'm done with the video. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, please do leave a like. If you want to give me your thoughts on all of this, but behave, let me know down below in the comments. And if you're new to the channel, you want to see more Aniimo live streams, videos, also other survival games. We're also doing Palworld here quite a bit on the channel right now. You came to the right place, and you might want to subscribe. With that said, have a good one. Stay safe.